Welcome to my channel, everyone. Today's story is one you don't want to miss out on. It's a tale of patience tested, integrity challenged, and an unexpected twist that might just change the way you interact with small retail shops forever. So sit back, relax, and let me take you through this unforgettable encounter. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying this as much as I am. When I was a sprightly 16 years old, my uncle offered me an opportunity that felt more like a vacation than work. He owned a tailor's shop in the heart of our sleepy town, but next door was his clothing store, a quiet little haven for men's business attire. This was where I spent my school holidays, a simple task of keeping things tidy and helping out with customers. The store was a small gem, filled to the brim with neatly folded suits, crisp shirts, and tailored trousers. Men came here looking sharp for their day-to-day work, but it wasn't exactly a bustling market. Most days were peaceful, even serene. We'd open our doors at 9 in the morning, but more often than not, we wouldn't see any customers until well past 11. But every now and then, there would be those rare moments when things got interesting. And on one particular sunny day, as I was busy unpacking a new shipment of suits, something very unexpected happened. The store clocked in at just after 8:30, way too early for the usual morning rush. But that didn't stop Mr. Grumpy from walking through those doors with a sneer plastered across his face. Mr. Grumpy wasn't an unfamiliar figure to me. He had a reputation around town for being let's say, not the most pleasant of customers. I knew he was one of those people who thought they were above everyone else and could get away with treating others poorly just because they saw themselves as more important. As soon as he stepped inside, his eyes darted around the room, taking in everything from the price tags that still needed to be put on our new suits to my slightly disheveled appearance. He let out a loud sigh, shaking his head almost immediately. "You're not even supposed to be open yet," he grumbled, as if it was the biggest crime imaginable. I tried my best to remain calm and collected, offering him a polite smile despite how much I wanted to roll my eyes at his rudeness. But Mr. Grumpy wasn't satisfied with just that. He took it upon himself to berate me further. "You're not old enough to be working here," he sneered, eyeing the stack of suits that still needed pricing tags like they were a personal affront. I swallowed hard, trying to keep my composure in front of this towering figure who seemed to tower over everyone else in both height and attitude. But his insults cut deep, and I felt myself bristle with irritation. "Sir," I replied softly but firmly, "if you're here for some suits, I'd be happy to help." "Help?" he mocked, snorting loudly. "You call this helping? You look like a kid who's just gotten lost in a maze of hangers and ties." His voice dripped with disdain as he continued his verbal assault. But amidst all the insults, there was something that resonated deeply within me, a sense of injustice, a feeling that I shouldn't have to endure such rudeness. And then, an idea began to simmer under the surface of my frustration. What if this wasn't just about standing up for myself, but also teaching him a little lesson? So with a determined glint in my eye, I started pricing those suits much higher than their actual value. If he was going to be so rude and demanding, perhaps it was time to see how far his sense of entitlement would stretch. When Mr. Grumpy picked out 3 suits, I looked at him with feigned innocence. "Those will cost you $500 for the first 2, I said slowly, watching carefully as he processed my words. His eyes widened in surprise and anger, but there was also a flicker of something else, interest. $700 for this one?" He pointed at the 3rd suit, his voice dripping with disbelief and maybe just a hint of hope. Hope that he could still get a good deal despite my apparent incompetence. I nodded solemnly. "That's correct." I watched as he weighed his options, trying to decide whether he should walk away or try to haggle down the price. And after some back and forth, we settled on around $350 for the first 2 and $600 for the 3rd. He left the store with a triumphant smirk on his face, probably feeling like he had just outsmarted me. But little did he know, I felt victorious too, because not only had I managed to sell him suits at an inflated price, but I also made an extra $700 for my uncle's business. Later that day, when my uncle came in and heard about what happened, his face was a mix of surprise and amusement. That customer? He laughed knowingly. He's always been like that. He then agreed to give me a small bonus for the extra earnings I had brought in. In the end, it wasn't just about making money or standing up against rude customers. It was about showing Mr. Grumpy and everyone else that being disrespectful doesn't get you anywhere except deeper into your own problems. It's a lesson we could all use from time to time. Respect goes both ways, and treating others poorly will always come back around. That's the story of how one day in my uncle's clothing store turned into a life lesson for me, and maybe for you too if you listen closely. So remember, whether you're shopping at a local boutique or buying groceries from your neighborhood supermarket, treat everyone with kindness and respect because you never know when it might come back to benefit both of you. And always keep in mind that sometimes the best way to stand up against rudeness is by turning the tables in an unexpected and profitable way. Thanks for listening. Do you have any stories where someone's attitude ended up biting them in the end? Share them below. I hope this story resonates with you and encourages everyone to be kinder and more respectful towards others, no matter who they are or what their background might be. Let's all strive to make our communities a little bit better each day. How can we ensure that we treat every customer with respect and kindness, especially when dealing with challenging individuals like Mr. Grumpy? Ensuring that you treat every customer with respect and kindness, even in the face of challenging individuals like Mr. Grumpy, is crucial for maintaining a positive work environment and fostering good relationships within your community. Here are some strategies to help you handle difficult customers while upholding professionalism and courtesy. 1. Stay calm and collected. Breathe deeply. Take a moment to take deep breaths and center yourself before engaging with the customer. Maintain composure. Keep your tone even and avoid reacting emotionally, no matter how rude or disrespectful the customer may be. 2. Empathize and acknowledge their feelings. Listen actively, show genuine interest in what they are saying, and try to understand their perspective. Acknowledge their concerns. Let them know that you hear their complaints by summarizing their concerns back to them. 3. Set boundaries politely. Define expectations. Clearly communicate your store's policies and the limits of what you can do for them. Stay professional. Maintain a professional demeanor while setting boundaries, such as not engaging in confrontational behavior or escalating arguments. 4. Offer solutions. Instead of engaging in conflict, solve together, work collaboratively to find a resolution that meets both your needs and the customer's expectations. Provide alternatives. Suggest other options or services if you cannot meet their specific demands directly. 5. Seek support. When needed, escalate issues appropriately. If the situation becomes too difficult to handle on your own, don't hesitate to involve a manager or supervisor. Document incidents. Keep records of challenging interactions for